We are back at long last. Holy shit. How long has it been since we last recorded?
Fuck, I don't know. Longer than it usually is, though. Like this time around, it was, what, several months?
Yeah.
I remember correctly? Yeah, it's been a fucking while, and I don't even. I'm guessing. I think last time we recorded, we did this. I'm pretty sure.
No. No.
No.
We did
Okay.
Flexible Survival. The
Ah, okay.
Adventures of R and Raw.
Oh yeah, forgot about good old Aaron Raw and his performing fellatio for fucking dirty water. Yeah, that's good shit. You see, he's running. Like running for. He's running for something, some office now, and
Is
it's
he?
funny. Yeah, you didn't see it. He's running for like some seat in Texas. I'm really not sure exactly what it is, but it's funny because he did political ads on his channel.
No
Oh, dude.
shit. I have to
Oh,
watch.
it's hilarious, dude. It's like someone we know what Aaron Raw looks like, dude. It's like somebody stuffed a homeless guy in a fucking suit and just said, "Dude, do what these clean cut guys do." Like that, like people like look like me and Aaron Raw shouldn't be walking around in fucking suits. It looks ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. It's really confusing.
Is he some kind of state senator or something like that?
Some shit like that. Yeah, I think it's state senate. I'm pretty sure. I
Oh my
watched one or
goodness.
two ads and it was really confusing.
I want to see an election with R and Raw running against Brianna Wu.
Yeah, me too. Who the fuck would want to see that?
Or I don't know what it better, like them versus each other or them on the same ticket. It's like Raw Woo.
I think the running against each other would be much more entertaining.
Oh
But,
yeah.
yeah, because like if you lose to either way, it's a win for me, right? Like if fucking Aaron Raw loses to Brianna Wu, that's hilarious, and vice versa. It would be fucking great because if he lost to Brianna Wu, you lost to Brianna Wu, dude. Just this is it. This is your final run for any fucking state senate seat ever because you lost to Brianna Wu.
He has some organization of which I think he's the only member, and he calls himself the director.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
real?
And I remember joking with Thunderfoot a long time ago. He said, "Yeah, he's the only." He says to me, "He's the only member of some atheist associate, blah 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 blah," and he calls himself director. And I said, "Well, shit. Why doesn't he just promote himself to executive director?"
Yeah, why not? He's earned it. Fuck it. I mean, he does all the work.
I mean, it's like I run a studio that at the moment, because I had to lay everyone off, is just me, but I don't call myself vice president. It's like, just go for the gusto. God.
Should get yourself some business cards made up a la American Psycho and fucking
Oh,
obsess.
yeah. Bone white.
Yeah. Definitely. So fucking important. All right.
So here's,
yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, here's what happened. Getting back to the game. I went back and checked the recordings because it's been so long, and
Right.
the last time we stopped this, you had just lost for the second time. Mullet Jr. had succumbed to the Cum Witch in the desert dungeon.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
and then you started a new game, right? And
Right.
we named your character, you picked the traits, and it was a new game plus, so you got to carry over the experience and gems from the previous games, right?
Good.
Okay, so because my old desktop crashed and like I didn't lose any work data, but the miscellaneous things were missing when they dumped the old hard drive onto the new thing,
Right.
including some browser related files, right? So I didn't have your save file, but I remade your character.
Okay.
So
Good deal.
if you look
All right.
here, data, load, Maletta.
Maletta. Good shit.
And I tried to keep this character as vanilla as possible, right?
Okay.
So I just put on some music. I mean, it was stupid because I after I was like halfway through it, I remembered there's a save hacking file thing, which I just should have used that outright. But I thought, it's been a long time since I played this game. What the fuck? So then I just ground out mobs and made a character that's of the same level. But here's the thing. Okay, so we're going to load this.
Okay.
I randomly put in the stat bonuses whenever you leveled, and you got a bunch of intelligence.
Okay.
You can see right over here, strength's low, your physical skills are low, every libido, sensitivity, and corruption are all at base levels, right?
Right.
You got a
Right.
lot of HP. You're level 10, and you have a fair amount of gems. You originally
Okay.
had like 600. Now you have only like 450, right?
Right. All right.
But yeah, this is just something I was like, you know, multitasking. I thought, I'll just, quickly get him back up to speed.
Okay. Good shit. Well, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever had a character with the intelligence that high at all. So clearly not. I fucking died the same way twice. So I think that might be my intelligence, though.
I
It's
also gave you
called it.
some perks. Okay, let's start over here. Appearance. All right, you're a 5'7" tall human with a slightly wide frame that displays your curves and has a hint of muscle underneath. All your previous decisions from the video,
Mm.
so you chose like curvy, red hair, olive, and uh, like medicine. Oh, and also wet pussy or wet cunt or something like that was the perk, one of the perks you chose. That was like
Definitely. Yeah.
your
That
class
sounds like me.
skill.
Right.
And
Definitely sounds like it.
I had equipment that I was using to grind levels, right? But then I sold it before you get started, so that way you have the most vanilla start possible, right?
Okay.
I tried to make the most vanilla. I tried to make it as close as I possibly could to the experience of if we had had that file and we had just started a new game and leveled up, right?
Right. Right. Cool. All right. That sounds good.
It,
You have a
okay,
virgin. I
your
have a virgin wet pussy.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah, intact time in. Let's see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
I have
Wow.
to, okay, now here's things like
Wow.
this. Here's things like this. Your face is human in shape and structure with olive skin. It
Mm.
has a beautiful feminine shapeliness that's sure to draw the attention of males. Now, let me just say this.
Right.
Furries are the closest thing that exists to a neutral faction in terms of the ongoing gender wars and all that bullshit, right?
Right.
Because they say, look, you have feminine shapeliness that's sure to draw the attention of males. Okay, even though I've heard so many like people just make disparaging remarks about furries. They're kind of the whipping boy. It's like it's the group that it's safe to assume none of us here are that thing, right? Oh, that's all talk.
Right.
I have to
Right.
say they have an enviable degree of open-mindedness.
Sure.
Whatever
Yeah.
else you can say
Yeah.
about them, they don't give a fuck, right?
I've never been pissed off by a furry. Right. I've never been agitated with something they've said to me, and I've never been fucking ridiculed by a furry for like offending them or anything like
Yeah,
that. Like they seem to be able to take abuse too
I
and
mean,
give none.
this
Right.
this one clause of this sentence will trigger half the goddamn internet these days.
Yeah. No shit, dude.
Feminine shapeliness that's sure to draw the attention of males, but
Dude,
furries
like
don't care.
at this point, you can't even like refuse to suck a dick without being a homophobe. So it's
Yeah,
like it's
exactly. And see, that's the thing
you know,
is they're the only faction in this ongoing war that it truly does accept anyone. You can be a feminine female, you can be a masculine male, and there's no shaming of either gender, right?
mm,
Or either gender trope or template, right? Or you can
right.
be any mixture of those elements, and it's fine too. I
Yeah.
think that they are the most, in their own way, in terms of sexual identity, they're probably the most balanced people out there.
Yeah. Funny. My how time distorts things. Fucking hell. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you don't hear them engaged in much like activism or like passing judgment on other groups of people. Like
Yeah,
this is the way we view shit. This is the way we view sexual attraction. Therefore, you should too. There's none of that. Like I've never heard furries for equality or anything like that. Like furries against bigotry. Of course, bigotry being whatever your orientation is. If it's
yeah,
not theirs, then you're a bigot.
yeah.
Which do you know who the one janitor is on YouTube? I don't know
I'm
if you
sorry,
know
what?
the one janitor on
No,
YouTube.
no.
He's he had made this comment. He had basically said in response to that narrative that you're a bigot if you don't sleep with women with dicks, and he was like, look, there's a lot of things that I haven't tried that I like now. That was really his argument, and I'm like, okay, great. Yeah, well, add like chewing on glass, jumping out of a fucking plane without a parachute. Add that to the list too, you fucking tard. Like like just the amount of reach. And then I went into his. He did a Twitch stream where he's playing League, And
Uh-huh.
I went in there and I was like, "Is it true you said you'd be open to sucking a boner? If so, dude, send me a DM." And he just booted me instantly. It's like, yeah, I was just checking, dude. You said you were open minded. I was, give it a fucking shot, right? All right.
So here's the perks. I took whatever perks are available. A lot of them deal with a lot of them draw on int. It's a little bit like Fallout. You have to have certain stats to qualify the perks. So you got evade, healer, which you start out with, mage, precision, resistance, runner. That's a useful one. Yeah, that's the other thing is I had to use a fair amount of save scumming to get you to level 10 with your Hymen attack. You can only imagine, right?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah, dude.
You'll notice I had 3 backup files just in case. You're welcome. I mean, that was a lot of work.
That's a lot of calories being burned in that fucking department.
And I think you have one spare perk that you can't do anything with it yet.
While I appreciate your effort to keep my hymen intact and on the outset here, you know how I play this game.
Yeah.
I play badly, so. And I kind of don't give a shit, but I also, sometimes I try to, not completely destroy myself. I give it a shot. But the mage perk is interesting. I've not done a lot of casting in this game.
I think it's funny that, I mean, okay, I randomly rolled your stats, and this character is the first female mullet of the mullet line is physically weak, but she has her let's call it women's intuition, right? She's excels in other areas.
Happened.
Let's see what the dividend is for little Moletta. Let's see if she can do better than the guys, right?
I would hope. I mean, she's clearly smarter. So let's hope Moletta's intelligence can fucking sort of balance things out. She's contending with mine, so we'll just see how this fucking works.
Let's see if she. I don't know how you're going to RP this. I mean, does she have something to prove or what? I
don't know. I'm going to play it by ear for the first couple days that I'm actually playing this. We'll just see how it goes. As far as keeping it vanilla in places that you've discovered, did you leave those unlocked? Did you kind of have to?
Some of as you use the Explorer, they just kind of crop up. So most of the places are open. Let's look at Explorer. You have all these places, and you also have the High Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all the usable locations. For places, you have these.
All right, so what's under dungeons? Just curiosity.
Dungeons.
I don't plan on...
The Desert Cave.
Okay. Yeah, I don't plan on fucking with any dungeons. Wow. That something tells me I went.
Your inventory is empty. I made sure that you had your base weaponry and got rid of all the items that I'm using. So everything's very basic, right?
So no armor, no actual weapon yet, that kind of thing.
Right, exactly. And okay. whenever there was any kind of event, I tried to do the most non-committal thing possible. So even all the events everything's set up.
Cool. Okay, good deal. Let's begin with an Explorer and see.
All right, an Explorer. Oh, previous.
Yeah. Okay, let's start in the forest. Fucking start.
And the other thing I need to warn you about is being of a high level means certain powerful creatures will appear that wouldn't appear at your low level. And
right.
The thing is, with a low strength and no weapon, you're not as strong as your level 10 might make you think.
Right. Yeah. So just continuing with shit in my level.
Oh well, you got a good easy first opponent, Goblin.
Yeah.
Right. Standard good physical.
I don't have. Yeah, I'm just like you said. I've got standard attacks at this point. I would imagine. So just attack. I forgot.
Okay, 12. That's it's not a bad hit for a bare fist. But see, I mean, you have 312 HP. So as long if you don't roll anyone too tough, you should be okay. Grinding mobs like this. Boom. Blam. Oh. Nice.
Crit for 36. Yeah, and that's a level 1 though also. So there's that.
Yeah. So you got 5 gems and 4 XP and some pink hair dye.
Okay. All right. So
you got blessed up to 30. Do you want to get rid of that?
Always. Yeah. Always. All right. Let's see. All right. I want to try something else too. Let's go places.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything too fucking reckless. I just want to see Taladre. Remember Taladre?
Yeah, Taladri's unlocked, so it's a massive city, though most of its inhabitants tend to hang around the front few city blocks.
Okay, let's see. Let's go to the shops real quick. I want to have a look around just to get a sense of prices. Let's go blacksmith.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's weapons and armor.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got chain. It doesn't say unless you try to buy them.
Okay. Just try full chain. Let's just see what that looks like. And just price wise.
150.
Okay. Say no to that and try. I'm guessing as these progress, they're better. So like full plate would be better, and scale mail might be better. I don't know.
Let's see. Scale mail is. It doesn't say exactly, but the price is probably an indication. So
Right.
full plate, I believe, is the heaviest straightforward armor at 250 gems, and then what you have is leather robes that I think is supposed to be like mage wear. I don't. Let's see. Entire time. Okay, that's 100, and it'll like okay if we buy this and we equip it, it'll show, but it doesn't show in the now the chain bikini and the indecent steel armor. These are really expensive, and they're for a flirt build or a tease build.
Okay. Okay. As far as spells, is there a place to peruse some spells? I'm just trying to get a sense of.
Well,
I don't know if you buy them in this game or how that works.
The tower is relevant to spells. You might be able to get magic there. There's also spell drops from enemies.
I see. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and go back to the shops, buy some basic armor for some protection, and go with the full plate. Fuck it. That's a good place to start.
All right.
I've got not a lot of toughness, but toughness would be resilience against damage and shit like that, right? So okay.
So now, do you want to buy a weapon, or do you want to go to the tower see if you can get spells?
Let's check out some spells because I've never really fucked with them.
Let's go to the tower. Let's see. You make your way to the largest fixture of the city, the impressive tower in the center. The large spire could easily hold everyone you know 10 times over and still have room to spare. It is far too large for a city with Teladre's population, but then you reflect so is Teladre itself. All right, so you can study or you can leave.
Let's try to study.
You decide to spend some time reading through some of the literature collected by the Covenant. Selecting a book randomly. History of man. Okay, you're not going to learn anything, so I don't know if you failed a roll or what, but yeah, you didn't learn anything. And then it takes you back to camp.
Okay, so
let's equip your armor.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay, so let's see. So that's defense 21. That sounds good.
Okay, it's something. Let's see. Just to ease my curiosity, try to go back to the tower one more time. I want to see if I can get anything done there. Study.
Oh, there you go.
I'm really surprised. It's the knowledge of a new spell. Arouse. Okay, so I've learned a spell. Good shit.
And you have some
my intelligence. It looks like.
Yeah, so you have some perks that are relevant to that too.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Deal. And all right, I kind of like that. Is there any way to view what exactly that spell does? I mean, I'm sure it's just a lust. But yeah.
Let's see, perks. No.
And also, when you cast, I wonder, what does it use up anything? Does it cost
it uses fatigue, I think.